Okay, hi guys, Jeremy here, and today I wanted to make a tutorial or something on the Meat Boy editor because the original one by Edmund was way too long for no reason, mostly. So I wanted to make it a bit easier for new players to start building levels. So I'm gonna talk about basic editor navigation. You got timestamps in the description. So you navigate the editor by uh, VASD, move around. You zoom out with Q and zoom in with E. It's pretty easy. Uh, you place Meat Boy with B wherever you want to place him, pretty much. And if you want to fill out a certain area, you press Control. Shift. Not Control, Shift. You press Shift, select the area, and press F. That's pretty much the basic editor navigation. So you make a new level by going here, clicking New. You select the width and height of the level. So you can make it 100 on 100. You can make it 500 on 500. Doesn't really matter. You're gonna be playing with camera bounce later anyways, so it just gives you a larger area to work with. I usually make 100 to 100 because it's mostly enough. Actually, all the time it should be enough. So yeah, then you select the palette. Every single tile set in this game has something different to offer. Some tile sets clash with each other, like they have the same objects, but you've already pretty much seen that in the game. So yeah, you select like the salt factory, and we have the salt factory. So when you start a new level, it's just a large cube, 100 by 100, in which you can build in. You save levels by going to the save, naming your level. If we name it test 9999, level saved. And whenever you want to load it, you go into load, and let's see if I place this around. It was a mistake. Test 99999. And you see, I loaded my level. So you load it and save it by using names. If you ever forget your names of your levels, you can go on Steam. You can go into browse local files, and there should be a folder called levels, and there you have all the levels you have saved. So that should be easy to navigate. I usually make a notepad file if I ever want to make a few levels, just so that I remember the names, but it's entirely up to you on how you do that. If you remember by head, then it's cool. All right. Yeah, layers. So I'm gonna make a platform here. Again, making platforms, you hold the left mouse button, and you delete them by hovering over them by the with the right mouse button. Pretty easy. Okay, layers. So the first layer is for general 2. Objects can kill you here. Did I place it into for yeah? Place it in for general 2. Objects can kill you here. You can stand on platforms. It's the very forefront of everything, basically. For tile. Objects can kill you here once again. But you can walk through the blocks. They're a foreground of anything, pretty much. So yeah, you can hide certain stuff in them. Whatever. You can do really fun stuff with this. The 4 tile general layer 3 can also kill you. And wait. And yeah, the blocks also have stuff. So yeah, the only layer that's on the forefront and lets you walk through is layer 2. But do know that these objects actually do kill you in those layers. So yeah. The next is the active tile. The active tile is the tile, the layer that Meat Boy is on. So yeah, everything can kill you here, pretty much. Nothing else really to say about this one. Uh, the next style is the back tile general. Uh, if we put a bunch of active tiles and then we put an active saw blade, you see that it's in the forefront, but if we do the back tile general, you see it's in the back of the platform. Again, it can kill you. Come on, kill me. Yep, it can kill you. And just the design, pretty much, that makes this layer interesting. You can do fun stuff. The back tile, objects cannot kill you here. And you see it's a bit more dark. It's darker by default, and it's the background of any level you'll make, pretty much. Um, the back tile, the back general 2 also cannot kill you. So that's nice. But you can walk on tiles again. And the back general 3 is the background. Also cannot kill me. And yeah. Tiles are also physical. So that was layers. Pretty easy to understand. Mind that pretty much everything will kill you in them. A 6, 7, and 8 won't kill you. And 5 and 4 are pretty much design purposes and stuff. Alright. Now I'm gonna talk about tiles. So, as I said before, each tile set has a few special blocks. If you have the first block, if you scroll on the tiles list here, you're gonna see all the blocks eventually. So if you have the first block selected, that's this one, and go with the mouse wheel down, you're gonna have nothing. And if you go down once more, you're gonna have the special objects of that certain tile set. For Salt Factory, it's keys. I'm gonna talk about that later. It's breakable blocks, and it's these accelerators. I call them accelerators. I don't really know how they're called. So yeah, these pretty much work as they do in the main game. Breakable blocks are just breakable blocks, and I'm gonna talk about keys later. All right. So, camera mounts. Camera mounts are fun. Fun things you can do. If we make a huge platform, I'm gonna make a huge platform just to showcase this. If you want to make an auto scroller, you're gonna click camera. Hotkey for that is C. So if we go into any other thing and press C, we have the camera tab. There's always going to be this red square. This is Meat Boy. You cannot delete it. You cannot do anything with it. You can just make it. Yeah, you can just select it. So if we want to make an auto scroller, we're going to place a next point with left click. Select it with right click. It's going to turn green. You're going to click properties. And then you're going to click start time. That means the time in seconds between the camera going from here to here, pretty much. So if we do start time 10, it's gonna be really fast. It's an auto scroller. And it's gonna stop here. You can also make it way faster. like 5 seconds, let's say. And then after that, put it up again, right click, and make it, let's say, another 5 seconds. So yeah, as you can see, it's pretty fast. All right, I forgot. So yeah, how do they work? So you have the start time thing here. Once you set the first one, you're gonna always have to set more and more to that start time. I don't know if that makes sense. But basically, this will be done in an instant because here it starts on 5, and here it starts on 5 as well. So we do 10 here. It's gonna go 5 to the point we set earlier. And now it's gonna go up. Yeah, so pretty much what's happening here is that it goes from Meat Boy to here in 5 seconds. 5 seconds. And then it goes from here to up here in another 5 seconds. If you would put the same value on multiple waypoints, it's just gonna flash around. I don't know if I can show that happening. If we just make a bunch of these, yeah, you could see them. You can only have this. Oh well, you can have way more waypoint camera bounce. You see, this would be happening if you put everything on the same time. It's just gonna shake around. It's bad. I don't know if there's a limit to how many camera bounce you can have, but I wouldn't overuse them. So yeah, if you just want to make a free level, I'm gonna load it. If you want to make a free moving level and let it up to the player, you're gonna press and hold shift, and you're gonna mark the area which you want Meat Boy to be in, and press F1 to play, and yeah, you have a free moving area. You can also make it vertically. Just gonna show it. You do this, for example. It's not an auto scroller, and we can move freely. If you get out of the bounds of the camera, you're gonna die. But you should already know that from the game. So that was camera bounce. Now, layer colors. Layer colors are interesting. I'm gonna start with the active tile because, yeah, just because. So it's an RGB panel. Alpha doesn't do anything here, so you can just ignore it. And you also have amount. So if we want these blocks to be just bright red, nothing else, and we don't want the details on the blocks to be visible, we do red to 55, which is the maximum, and amount 1. And it's bright red, and yeah. No details are visible on the blocks, because it's just fully red. If we do 0.5 though, you can see the details on the block is just reddish. The blocks are in a reddish tint. And you can do stuff around with this. You can even put negative colors. Which, red negative is blue, of course. And it makes Meat Boy black for some reason. Or at least it makes his trail black. If you color the active tile, you're also coloring Meat Boy. So if we make let's say this amount, this, we made a dark green. You can see that Meat Boy is still red. Why? Well, because the editor is fucked up. It's buggy as hell. So you're gonna have to save your level. Let's save it as this. And then you're gonna load your level, or you can just restart the editor. And you can see that my Meat Boy is now green as the wall active tile, which doesn't really work well, as you can see. So yeah, you're gonna have to work around with this. Color by using the go button. If you use the upload button, this is gonna happen. What happened? Well, the upload button puts the same color on every single layer, which you don't want, right? So you don't want that. Completely black is 0, 0, 0, and completely white is 255, 255, 255, and again, amount just sets the amount of the color itself. So that was layer colors. Now parallax. Parallax is interesting. So I'm gonna color it, let's say we're gonna do 32, 32, 32. This is dark gray-ish. I'm gonna make it 0.4 so you can see the details of it a bit. And we put it here, let's say. Now, parallaxing stuff. Normally, you would scale stuff with control, like objects, which I'm gonna talk about in a bit. But if you want to make parallax things, you're gonna scroll with shift. You can see this number changing as we do it, and the tint of the color of the parallax changing as well as we move it. That's the parallax number. I call it the parallax number. So we put 200 here, then make a 300 or 400 like here, let's say, and then make a 600 here, let's say. And I'm gonna make the camera bounce a little bigger. You can see it moves around. It's pretty fun to work with this, but it can be a pain in the ass as well sometimes. So that's how you move stuff to the parallax. This number changes. You can even make more stuff. We can make that. And it's not gonna move at all. The bigger the number, the lesser it's gonna move around in the background, because it's like really far. And if we do, let's say that, it's gonna move a whole lot around. So it's pretty much up to you on how you decide to make parallaxes, if even. Just know that sometimes it can be a bit of a pain to work with them, but you can achieve some good stuff, cool looking stuff. If you want to delete all the parallaxes, you go into the layer that you set them on. You hold shift and select everything, press delete. Pretty easy. Okay, copy pasting. If you want to copy paste tiles, go here, select by shift and left mouse, click and press Control C, and then you press Control V. You can paste these around. Pretty easy to understand. Just copy pasting. And if you want to copy paste objects, you can copy paste objects. You cannot make them bigger when you're copy pasting them, so that's a bit fucked up, but yeah. So that was about copy pasting. If you want to get rid of the copy paste, you press right click. So object related things now. Back to this. Object related things. So objects are hazards. Most of them can kill you. We have bandages. We have these shooters. We have moving platforms, fans, salt, 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 shooter, and we have bandage girl. So I'm gonna talk about bandage girl for a while. So yeah, bandage girl is the end of the level. For some example, it didn't. Let me collect you. Yep, this is the end of the level. You have to reach the end of the level to pretty much beat your level. Bandages, also collectibles. And again, bandage girl. It's gonna end the level. Once you collect bandage girl, nothing can kill you in your level anymore. So it's like a good thing to, if you want to make a no-clip showcase of your level, you can just put bandage girl on the beginning of your level and play through it. Like it's meant to be played, but you're just gonna die. Well, you're not gonna die, but you're gonna touch a lot of stuff that will kill you if the level is too hard for you. So that's bandage girl. Lightning. Lightning is pretty much the buggiest thing in the whole fucking editor. Again, you make it bigger by control. You can see this number getting bigger. That means here. Yeah, and if we do it like this, for example, let's put it like this actually. On this side. Yeah, it's this little cross. And if you want to change the color of your light, also you can see it kind of crops. So I recommend only using like one light source in your level. So if you want to change the color of your light, you're just gonna press right click. You're gonna see the area, but that doesn't really matter. Again, light properties. And we do like 20, 20, 20. It's gonna be darker or not visible at all, pretty much. Just smoke at that point. If we do 255 and let's say 100 blue, you're gonna get this nice color. So that's about it. The light sources rotate. But yeah, doesn't really matter. So that's lightning. Now waypointing. Okay, so this is gonna get a little difficult. I'm gonna delete all of these, and let's yeah. I actually shouldn't have deleted that. Well, it doesn't matter which layer it is on, but I prefer putting objects on 5. All right, so if you place an object, you can see this waypoint button. If you select it and press waypoint, and then select the area where you want your object to move, you click, and you can see saw blade starts going crazy, and you can see this line in between them, like in the camera bounce. You wanna see, yeah. So if you wanna see your waypoints again, you're just gonna select the object that originates and press waypoints, and you're gonna see it. You select it by right click. And again, start time. but now you do it with mouse wheel. So it's in seconds again, the time from which it goes from this position to the position I set it in. And you can see that once it reaches its position, it just instantly teleports back. That doesn't really work unless you do stuff like this. Let's do stuff like this. I never used the fill for no reason. Yeah, you can make it like that, but yeah, that's pretty much if you don't know how to use them. Right? So I hate Meat Boy particles flying around. Yeah, so I'm gonna select it again. Waypoints. I'm gonna select this. And then I'm gonna select another one where I want it to go. So for example, I want it to go here. I select it again. And again, as with the cameras, the start times thing is neutral. So if it goes from 0, if it goes from here to here in 2 seconds, you're gonna want it to go from here to here in another 2 seconds. You don't just set 2 seconds because that will be instant. Let's set it to like 3. So it takes 2 seconds to go here and 1 second to go up, and then it goes back. Pretty easy to understand. Let's make it 5 here, so yeah, so it goes from here to here in 2 seconds, from here to here in 1 second, from here to here in 2 seconds, and the last one is going to put here. And we're going to want it to take another second, so we're going to set 6 seconds. So it's going to make a full circle or full square around. That works. It's going to move around infinitely long with no goal in life. Holy shit. 30 minutes. All right. So that was about it. You can also have animals in your levels. They cannot kill you, and they run away from Meat Boy. And objects can kill them. So, yeah, that was about it. Now, I'm gonna talk about smoke, particles, and quakes. So smoke is one of the objects here. And it does this. It's smoke. What do you expect? Well, this is where, again, it gets a little complicated. You're gonna press properties, and you see all of these things. So time between spawns is the time it takes in another particle to show up from the point it originates. It's from the center of the block. So you can see 0.01 is pretty fast, completely wide. But if we do like 1, it's gonna generate 1 particle per 1 second. So I'm gonna do like, that was the original value. The X velocity and the Y velocity, pretty much rotation of where it goes. You can play around with this. We make it like, again, 0. Gonna do this. This looks cool, actually. And how far it goes, pretty much. So, yeah. I set this to 40 usually. It works. The X velocity pretty much just makes the smoke rotate. So, play around with that. Now, this is where it gets little difficult. So the color of the smoke isn't an RGB panel. It's an integer value of the hex code. If that makes no sense, don't worry, I didn't understand it either. But I'm gonna leave you. I'm gonna leave RGB integer site where you can input an RGB value. So if I input 64, 64, 64, and I'm gonna get a number, and I got this number. I got 4210752. That's dark gray smoke, dark gray color. I'm gonna leave you a bunch of stuff in the description actually, for color tinting and stuff. So yeah, that was that. Integers in hex value, and max lifetime of the smoke in milliseconds is how far the smoke will go before it disappears. So if we put like 10,000, that's 10 seconds, because 1 second is 1000 milliseconds. You're gonna see it lasts for 10 seconds, and then it disappears and it starts all over again. So yeah, that was that. Now the specific stuff. Oh, particles. Wait, I forgot to talk about particles. Jeez, that's important. Particles. Yeah, just particles. This isn't as complicated. Max velocity. Put like 4,000. You're gonna see it just jumps around. And yeah, 250 is probably the best one. Lifetime max, 10 seconds would make them last for very long before they slowly disappear. And yeah, usually like 1 second is good enough. Delay between spawns, pretty much what it says. Again, color, hex to integer, and particles per frame. I don't know the limit for this. I think there's a limit at like 32, but I'm not sure. So yeah, you're gonna have to work around with that to find out. This doesn't really seem like 32 or 16 particles or whatever I put in per frame. No, this definitely does not look like that. That looks like a solid 8. But yeah. So particles, it's the P block, and earthquake is the Q block. I'm actually gonna do this. So earthquake is not a visible block, and it makes the level shake, but it also makes the editor shake, and that's not good. Shake, offset, delay, duration, yeah, it's just gonna repeat itself after that. I recommend setting it as the last thing in your level, because the editor shaking is the worst fucking thing. If you want the shake to disappear, you're just gonna respawn or die, whatever works for you. God damn it. Yeah, so it's a bit buggy. Sometimes I'm gonna cover this actually while I'm doing stuff. If you delete an object, its hitbox is gonna stay there. It's gonna be invisible, and that's a bug. And you can fix it by leaving the editor or saving your level and then going back. But what I do, and what a lot of people do, is that before deleting an object, to avoid this, you're gonna move it around or just out of your level, and then you're gonna delete it, because then you don't really have to care about that. So yeah. Keys and locks. So we make this, and we put a key down. Key is a physical object. It falls down. So we put it like here. Yeah, it falls down. gonna select it, and you're gonna look for the grid numbers. The first one is X, and the second one is Y. So you're gonna check them around, like, let's put this one here, 5148. Remember that. Start block X, it was 51, and it was 48. And break speed, the higher this number is, the slower it'll go. For some reason, sometimes the editor just refuses to work. Thank you, editor. I love you. You know, you're great to work with. Seriously, I fucking thank you. So yeah, it's gonna break. Easy. It's gonna break everything that's connected to it. So if I make this, yep. So you have to be careful around where you place stuff. Because this can happen. And can ruin your entire level. I bet it happened to me when I was starting out with the editor. That was keys, fans. Easy to understand. The distance and power are the only stuff you can really do with this, but yeah. It's fun to work with. I don't really have to do stuff. I don't have to introduce this. You'll figure it out on your own. That's so straightforward that it's like impossible to not understand it. Physical moving platforms. They work like waypoints once again. Let's put this to 1 second, and then it's gonna move 1 second 50. It's gonna move back and take another 150. It's just gonna move around. And yep, pretty much waypoint stuff. I'm gonna move Midway around like that as well, because platforms are buggy in this game, like everything else in the editor. Shooters. They shoot. Duh. You can make them move as well. But I don't do it. Oh, if you want to delete the waypoint, it works the same way as camera. You're gonna select the waypoint, you're gonna delete it, or you can delete the ball object and place it again. So, you got the shoot speed, initial delay, real time. Again, all things that are pretty easy to understand. Don't have to worry about them too much. The default is good enough. And I think that covers everything pretty much. I don't really have anything else to talk about. I made a list of stuff and I went through it. So, yeah. The last thing, uploading your level. So you're gonna have to have Bandage Girl in your level. And you press the upload, and yeah, play through your level, and when you reach Bandage Girl, you will be prompted to upload your level. If you have any bandages in your level, you don't have to collect them. You just have to get the Bandage Girl. Then you're gonna wait, and it sets the part-time for you. I think it's like 10 or 15% of your time beating. So 408 will become, I don't know. Wait, I didn't press upload. That happens a lot. Make sure you press upload, especially on harder levels. 343, 378. I don't really know. It's a percentage based thing, but I don't know the percentage, so. Oh, one more thing. Jesus Christ, I almost forgot to talk about this. This is important. So if you want to make your key float in the air, wait, let's set it to, yeah, 52, 48. If you want to make your key float in the air, you're gonna select it, gonna waypoint it, and put it right over your key. And it's floating in the air. Yay. So yeah, that was the last thing I wanted to talk about. And if you want to make a chapter, you're just gonna go down here, create a chapter. You're gonna select your levels. The library shows all the levels that you uploaded to the servers. You're gonna select your levels. You're gonna name the chapter, and you're gonna select your music for the chapter. And yeah, then you're gonna press upload, and it's gonna upload your chapter to the Meat World for people to play. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The editor covered in 40 minutes. I took 20 minutes less than Edmund, which is a good thing. But I didn't talk about advanced the layer stuff as well, but that doesn't really matter. The thing that matters is that I covered the most basic things, and I covered a lot. So yeah, that's about it pretty much. And yeah, I want to thank who made the guide. I want to thank Combine and Jis. I don't know how to say her name. I'm sorry. I'm gonna leave the Steam Community Lever Editor guide in the description of the video, and I want to thank those two for making it. I want to thank Edmund for making the original one, because apart from the fact that it's pretty long, it's interesting and you get to know a lot about the editor itself. And yeah, I talked about everything, and pretty much, yeah. This is where I can stop the video. So thank you for watching. I hope you found this interesting. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask in the comments. Me or someone else will probably respond. And yeah, this is me going away. Bye.